before he committed to Clemson last summer, you were like,
yeah,
yes, I want this kid, right? This was like your guy.
Yep.
People have been saying that in the comments and on the message board.
Yeah. I mean, I loved his sophomore film. I mean, this was when they were right around that pot of gold day. I fully expected him to be a pot of gold day offer. Preston Zinner's his teammate, and you watch a ton of his film from his sophomore year. He's slinging it to Preston Zinner. Remember, he's playing tight end, wide receiver, slot. Zinner's all over the place. The dude is big, strong, cannon arm, throws 50 yards with his eyes closed, just tossing the ball up with no effort. It's unbelievable film when you watch him as a sophomore. So I really liked him because as a Notre Dame fan, I'm like, okay, Notre Dame offers all these guys in the Deep South, and it's like, me, do the math. And that was my whole thing with this. Like, all right, do the math. Come on, go get the guy you know you could get who's really damn good. So that was my whole take with him. And I loved his film. And lastly, I like to compare guys in the class, meaning, so I watched Blake's sophomore film. Okay, what did CJ look like as a sophomore? What did Kenny Minchie look like as a sophomore? Blake's a better football player as a sophomore. To me, there's no ifs, ands, buts about that.
So Hebert had a strong sophomore season at Central Catholic in Lawrence, Mass. Played with President Center, you mentioned. It was like first drive of the second half, breaks his ankle. He's out for the season. Transfers to Brunswick School. Matty Augustine and Ethan Long, a couple of Notre Dame commits, are on that team. So watching some mid-season highlights of Hebert, what do you see?
And let me say just one more thing. Let me just say one more thing on that, Mike, is when he committed to, because obviously everyone, the ranking, the 30th best quarterback in the country, which is interesting. Lamar Jackson was what, 29th when he went to Louisville. So what does that mean, right? But he was, I want to say, the 65th ranked player by On3. He was the sixth ranked quarterback in the country. This is a guy that was consensus was, had he not gotten hurt, he is a top 50 football player. He would have went to the Elite 11. He would have done all those things. Breaks his ankle. He's out. He's got to recover. He misses all the camp circuits, all that stuff. So that's why his ranking is where it's at. So I just wanted to throw that out there as just a little, where was he then to now type of a thing. But let's just be honest. The guy's a big, strong kid. He's about 6'3". He looks like he's about 220-ish. There's the picture of him committing. He's got bigger arms than Singer. I mean, he's obviously doing some lifting. So, great looking kid, great arm. Look at this throw. There are so many throws where you do it from where his foot is to where the ball's going. It's 50 yards nonstop, with just tossing it up there. He's got really good zip. And then what I like is he is way more athletic than you think.
4.6 electronic.
Yes, he is not this, stick in the mud type guy. Look at that throw. Just look at that throw. Look at his footwork. He sets, bam, like a laser dart right there. There's one out. Maybe you already played it, where it's from the left hash and he's throwing all the way to the sideline to the right. Those are not easy throws. That is a big-time college football quarterback throw. Yeah, you must have already played it. I was yapping about his rankings. But look at this little sidearm dink right there.
Yeah.
Throws quick. It's not slow. You see his release. Obviously, let's compare him even to Riley Leonard. He's got a quick release.
Let me go there.
Go for it.
Let me go there. Fun comparisons, right? Comparisons that of players that are fresh in our mind. I get the bigger body type of a Steve Angeli, that northeast, right? That's where he's playing his ball, but a mix of the Riley Leonard athleticism and playmaking ability. I kind of get like Angeli Leonard combined is like the comp, like a style of quarterback for me at least.
And then another guy, probably the most improved college football player quarterback is Cade Klubnik. He was left for dead last year. Clemson's down. Now he's the 10th ranked passing quarterback in the country, and they're off to possibly a playoff. Amazing what happens, in your second year into starting as a system. And I'm thinking about him or CJ Minchie, whoever the hell it is. Once you get into that second year, you're just a different player. Run it back a little bit. There's one. God, I should have marked it. Darn it. There's this out route he throws. It's like a laser. So there's
I'll start it back from the top in a second.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, I want to get into it since I was talking about his sophomore rankings, just to give some people a little context in that. But those aren't some slow dudes out there chasing them. That's not you and I, Mike. Those are some guys trying to get him down a little bit faster. But I love, and I say that about his quarterback coach because he's got really good fundamentals. Look how fast that ball just releases right there. He's got a posture and a stance with his shoulders in the pocket. I'm thinking of even a couple in his sophomore film where he is really damn good, and you can tell being coached. I think it's right here. Look at that, from one hash bone all the way over to there. That's just a dart. That's really strong. And I'm thinking about some of his sophomore film now. Look at that throw. This is 50 yards. Just beep, little flick of the wrist, 50 yards in the air right there. So some good things. He's really good at, and some of my notes and rewatching his sophomore film. Look at this corner route, right on the dime, right to the spot. In coaching quarterbacks over the years, and being around some of the guys I've been with, you want to throw those to the spot. Look at that one, right to the spot. Let the wide receiver go make some plays. He's got a really good pocket presence, which is exciting to watch. People go back, watch his sophomore film. I'm talking about there's times where he moves up, slides, always sets his feet. And that's why I would love to know who does coach him on the side and stuff like that, because that was something I noticed in watching him, is his constant resetting his feet, which is really good. He's not off balance a lot. So I liked him. I loved him as a sophomore. I thought he was the perfect Notre Dame quarterback to go with CJ Carr, go with Kenny Minchie, that type of a player. So when they didn't offer him, well, they did offer him a little late, right, obviously. So they went after him after the Pot of Gold day. I was bummed, and I was. I remember us did a show, and I was kind of like pissed, like, how do you not get this guy, man? This guy's like the perfect Notre Dame quarterback to me. So, and I say that because for me, my type of offense, which I think Notre Dame could just kick ass on because they run the ball so good. I mentioned it in our post-game show, is Jack Cohn 2021. Once they learned Cohn is really good with the RPO, and we saw that with Riley Leonard last week. And when I say RPO, it's not zone read, option, crap like that. I'm talking about true read. If safeties and linebackers attack, throw the ball right behind them. That's when I talk about RPO. Some guys think RPO is a zone read. No, it's read the run or pass. And obviously with Notre Dame's running backs and their offensive line that they have, you have to stop their run. And that's why you need a quarterback like him that could just zing it over the top. So I'm excited. I was blown away, as you know, last night when I reached out to you, like, holy crap, this came out of nowhere. Yeah. And exciting, thinking back to June of 2023. So I'm really excited. I think he's a hell of a football player. Notre Dame. Let's spend 2 seconds on, this is a steal.
Yeah.
Dabo Swinney, for you guys that don't know, and Mike knows this in the recruiting world, is he doesn't go out and offer 12 guys. Every single year, he's single digits, like a handful or less. And he only offered 2 quarterbacks in this cycle. So when Notre Dame offered, I did some research. He had already taken like 3 or 4 visits to Clemson during his sophomore year. He was already in the whole process of being recruited by Dabo. So this is a massive steal. High five to Notre Dame, to Marcus Freeman, Chad Bowden, and obviously Coach Gino, and working behind the scenes. Mike Denbrock, obviously, this is Denbrock's. Obviously, he gave a thumbs up on this. He's not going to say yes to him. So just